And now from elections in the United States to elections in Russia, where while Biden and Trump fight it out for the White House, for Vladimir Putin, a re-election is all but assured. And for those running against him, the only thing certain is their defeat. In the latest, Russia's election commission barred Putin's anti-war rival Boris Nadezhdin, a candidate nominated by the political party. Nadezhdin needed to gather at least 100,000 signatures across at least 40 regions to stand in the election. Authorities claim over 15% of the signatures that he submitted with his application were false, including those of dead people. But the 60-year-old contender has refused to give up. He says he will challenge it in the top court.
I will continue working further. We will be moving candidates for elections. We will be organizing a widespread movement. These tens of thousands of people have the right for legal representation, and we will provide for this opportunity, of course. Sooner or later, I will become a Russian president. Hopefully sooner than later, of course. But for sure, I will become one next time. But the next elections are a lot closer than in 6 years.
Nadezhdin has been critical of Putin's war in Ukraine. He calls the decision a fatal mistake. He has surprised many with his criticism of the war when very few voices of dissent have been tolerated. Kremlin critics say Nadezhdin would not have been allowed to campaign and collect signatures without blessings from authorities. However, he denies these claims. In fact, two other candidates are vying for the presidency, but as they are from ceremony opposition parties backed by the Kremlin, they are no threat to Putin's grip on power. Vladimir Putin has been in power for more than 2 decades. He's either been president or prime minister since the end of 1999, and now he is set to secure another 6-year term in the March contest. This will make Putin the longest serving leader of Russia since Stalin. Billboards promoting his campaign have gone up across Russia and even in occupied parts of Ukraine, including Mariupol, where we know the fighting continues. During Putin's presidency, Russia has quashed all serious domestic opponents, with some languishing in jails and others sent into forced exile. Russia has also banned independent media with new censorship laws and outlawed protests, making political and civic freedoms non-existent in the country. In 2020, Putin also pushed through controversial constitutional amendments to reset presidential term limits, paving the way for him to stay in power until at least 2036. From impeachments to inaugurations, if it's a political story, we are on the scene. The race for the White House is heating up.
We're beating Biden.
How dare he say that?
If it's breaking news, we're live with the latest coverage. From the White House, the State Department, and Capitol Hill, we know the issues, but above all, we know the players to bring you the latest in-depth analysis on all the key stories that we're covering. I'm Eric Ham. Join me from Washington here on Firstpost America.